Hello, this is Anastasia Forrest. Just want to make a short video about my experiences with moving because I actually haven't moved in a couple of years, and I've never moved when I've had 2 children and husband. And anyway, we've been here about a week now, moving in from our other house. We did most of it in one day, and then of course there's all kinds of things to do, from rearranging, finding places for everything that went in the bathrooms to towels, and there's so many things, especially when you have kids. So one thing it's done is given me more empathy for people that are moving, because I'm obviously working with home buyers and sellers, and moving is a lot of work. So I do have even more empathy for you guys, especially with kids. Highly recommend getting a babysitter, at least for one day. We did that for the day when we did most of the heavy lifting, and I don't know what we would have done otherwise. I mean, our baby's 1.5, and she's a handful. So yeah, and so the other thing I'm noticing is just because there is so much to do, and you can see, I mean, there's still boxes, and there's so many things to do. It's very distracting in a way, because I'm definitely a perfectionist, and I like things to be a certain way, and sometimes it's hard to actually get started and get into the routine that I had before, in a discipline of sitting down and saying, okay, right, at this time I'm gonna prospect, at this time I'm going to exercise, and because there's so many things crying for my attention right away that I am distracted sometimes. So I realized recently that I'd been neglecting my exercise routine. Like, I used to exercise like 4 to 5 times a day, and I would do that first thing after dropping off the baby at daycare. And I realized I haven't done that in a while, because there's just so much to do around here that I would just jump into tasks around the house, or even not just in the physical world, but in the virtual world, setting up things for real estate on my new CRM. And there's always new things to learn about social media and keeping up with all that. So I kind of have been doing what calls my attention first, in a way, and of course keeping up with my current pending deals and all that. But as far as like setting up a daily schedule for myself, I haven't been very consistent. So I kind of broke that pattern today, because I told myself, yes, there's things I want to do around the house, there's things that need to be organized and figured out, but I need to like prioritize my routine. So I went out and went for a run in the neighborhood, and then I came home, quickly got showered and dressed, and then sat down, and I made calls. I got my headset on, and I called about 7 people on my list. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when got to start somewhere, and I'll do that. I'll just plan to do that every day. I'll spend like an hour and a half making those calls, and yeah, and then there's the other things can happen. But I just kind of wanted to make a little video about my experience of moving, and also the idea of being a perfectionist. And I was wondering, like, for you guys, how do you feel about perfectionism? Like, if you are a perfectionist in certain ways, do you feel like it helps you? Do you feel like it hinders you in some ways, or that it balances out? So I'd love to hear your thoughts, and that's all for now. So have a great day, everybody. Bye.